Let the minutes reflect we have a full court, we have a quorum. So before we start, we'll have our prayer by Reverend Jennifer Shocker.
Good morning. Let us pray. Holy One, we pause to remember the power and presence that binds us together as a community. We give thanks for this county, for the land that sustains us, and for the people who call it home, from ranching families to first responders, from veterans to young people building their futures here. May we honor the dignity and worth of each person we serve. For those who labor behind the scenes quietly, and for those who give their time to strengthen this county, we offer our gratitude. May every decision made in this room today contribute to the safety, well-being, and flourishing of Wilson County. In that spirit of unity and service, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Do we have any public comment under this item of public comment? And item number 4, certificates of completion awards and bond continuation. We have a completion of CJIS Security and Privacy General Role for Henry Whitman and Mary Spoon. Acknowledgement of paternity by Mary Spoon. Department of Homeland Security Public Information All Hazard Incident Wendy Grant. Texas Association of County Auditors Public Accountancy Continuing Education Kristen Lavas. Bond continuation Kristen Jurek. Lavas Assistant County Attorney.
And the bills in here.
Agenda item number 5 will bypass. That's at 10 o'clock a.m. Somebody needs to remind me we don't get to that point. So that will be Luz Serrato, our permitting development director. We have a 10 o'clock public hearing, application of revised plat of Herbert Ranch, lot 100, lot 101 to Siesta Oaks. So we'll return back to that at 10. Move to agenda item number 6, extension activity reports. Do we have any reports?
Good morning. You have our full activity reports, but y'all are in a treat for today. We're going to do our photo presentation. This is just highlighting the last few months, a few programs that we wanted to showcase to y'all. So first, I just want to give a little shout out. So Allison at our district fall faculty meeting received the Rising Star Award as a new agent, doing great things. And myself received the Inspiration Award. I also wanted to thank y'all for my 10-year certificate from the county. I apologize for not being there to receive it. That day I was putting together bags of Comfort of Joy. We delivered 158 bags across the county to senior citizens that may not have received anything during the Christmas holiday. So this summer, so to be a child passenger safety technician, you have to keep up with your CEUs and make sure that you're learning everything that you're supposed to so that you're installing car seats properly. So I attended the conference here in San Antonio. We had a lot of fun. That's our little group from our South Central Texas area there. And then I helped with, can you go back one?
Oh,
Sorry, that's okay. South Texas Pregnancy Center, they have car seat classes for new parents that come in. So they serve Wilson County. So every, 3-ish months, I will pop over there to help with the class and teach those parents how to properly install a car seat into their vehicle and then get their little one, their their child into a car seat properly. So that's really fun. One of the fun projects I get to do, or programs I get to do, is food handler classes. This was with Pioneers from Stomping Ground Ventures. They are a adult center for those with disabilities. So I got to go over there and teach them food handlers because they do different projects, and they also want to make sure that they serve food safely. And a couple of them actually have jobs at local restaurants in Lavernia. So that was really cool to go there. They're so sweet. I love going over there to see them at Stomping Grounds. When Sean Speaks came to Lavernia High School, he talks to 8th grade and the juniors at Lavernia High School every year. So that's 565 kiddos that we reached with When Sean Speaks. So that's really fun. Program that we get to do. I talked a little bit about this a couple of months ago, the Fresh Trades Producer Training that we hosted here in Wilson County. This program is a grant through TDA that we're trying to get local producers to get local foods into the local school districts, keeping everything really fresh and great for the kids here, because we need to make sure that we're nourishing them so that they can learn properly. So this was the actual producer training that we had here in Wilson County. And just this past Friday, I was in Seguin and we hosted a networking event. At the networking event, we invited producers to come and local school district food service directors to come so that they can talk to each other and see what they needed. We had some really good communication. In fact, the Lavernia food service director, Angela, she was able to make contact with a producer that's out of Seguin for lettuce and carrots, I think. So then they're able to get their produce a little bit closer. So that's really cool. I'm also on the state grant, or the state advisory for Fresh Trades. So it's really nice to see how it started 3 years ago to today, where everybody's talking and getting together. And I'm gonna turn it over to Allison for this first one you were involved in.
Yes, in October was National 4-H Week. Our council officers did a food drive across all of our clubs. So they collected 573 food drive items, and all of those items go to the different food pantries within the county. So Nicole got to go to Floresville and help them. Some of the kids got to go through the whole process.
Yeah, just packing up stuff, just teaching the kids like how they get their items, and then what happens when it goes out to the community members. It's really cool.
In July, we had our 4-H Achievement Night. This year was our biggest attendance, probably within the last 4 or 5 years that we've had. So that was really awesome. We appreciate all of you that could make it. This summer, we had a county ambassador leadership training. And so this training is year-long, but in the summer we do a hands-on leadership day where they do different leadership activities, learn different leadership styles, and then use that to go out throughout the year and teach other 4-Hers as well as other peers. And then we had a Path to Play camp that we partnered with Atascosa, and that camp has been going on for almost 10 years now, I would say, that we do with them. So the kiddos got to tour a berry farm. We got to have HEB snack developers come and do a presentation, and they got to dissect a cow stomach. So some of those really liked that, some of those did not. So it's a really cool opportunity for them. In August is when we do our 4-H kickoff. We have about 300 people that come through. We use our current 4-H kiddos to kind of talk to the new and prospective families that come through. They have different activities like the smoothie bike, different games. So we really get to educate a lot of people during that time. Some other activities we did in September, Nicole and I did a food truck park tour. So in 4-H, when they do food show, which we had in December, the theme is food truck favorites. So we went to Food Truck Park in San Antonio and we talked about how it's different, food safety, how they plate things differently, so they kind of got some different ideas. So we got the Donorito burrito and then a quesadilla pizza, so it was really fun. And then we also had a livestock project clinic that Samantha and I did that we partnered with Tractor Supply. And so people who were interested in wanting to show animals got to come through, see some animals, different presentations, so things like that. In October, we also have Red Barn Days, which is sponsored by our Wilson County Farm Bureau Board, and they pay for all the kiddos in the county to go, which is 4th grade. So as you can see, all of our school districts were able to go, which is a total of 780 students. And then we had a homeschool day as well, which was about 8 kiddos. So they get to go through all the different stations, learning about row crops, learning about poultry, farm animals, gardening. The one Nicole and I usually do is the nutrition, which is what I have pictures of. So we get them moving. Hatching in the classroom, we did a round with Floresville South this fall. We hatched 57 chicks, and every single chick was named. So they all had their names on their little boxes. But that was the first time I partnered with them since being here. So I think we really had a good time. I think a lot of the teachers want to do it again. So it's awesome. We, in November, had our shooting sports coaches training at the Livonia Chamber of Commerce. In 4-H, if an adult leader wants to help instruct and teach our 4-H kiddos for shooting sports, they have to take this course. So it's a whole day and a half. And so we had 4 or 5 people come. I think the furthest was from like 6 hours away. But they have to do a full day, so we feed them. They get to go out to the different ranges, and then they have to take a test the next day. So we hosted those. And then in December, we have our fall roundup, so that's food show, entomology, and family and community health quiz bowl. We had 30 participants that first day. And then the second day, we had 12 for public speaking and educational presentations. So we talked a lot about that in December when Brooke came. Then the other fun thing that we get to do end of October, beginning of November is major and local livestock show entries. So I kind of just put together some numbers of all of the things we gather over 4 days. It's about 150 people that come through our office, and these entries that we gather, about 540, and then majority of those have to go into a computer. So they handwrite them, give them to us, we put them in the computer, and so that takes a big part of our day, but that's all around an office effort for that. For the Wilson County Baked Food Show, we collect all of those because it goes processed through our office, but 138 of those is our kiddos, so a little less than half. And then also we, validation kind of overview, those are kind of combined numbers that we do. So especially the 4-legged animals, those we physically validate. Samantha and I, as well as the ag teachers, we work really well to do so. And then the broilers and turkeys, those are the numbers as well. We order from our office, we order the birds for Wilson County as well as for Livonia. So those numbers come through our office. And then we do paperwork for breeding heifers and for the sheep and goats. So all of that paperwork goes through our office as well. Those numbers.
So if you go, can you go back real fast? We just wanted to reiterate those. So for the validation overviews, like Allison said, the goats and lambs go through our office, as do the breeding heifers. And so that's a lot of coordinating with our school districts as well, because we work with the ag teachers. And so it's coordinating a date that we can meet all together. We use the expo has been where we've been doing validations. For heifers, we do the post-project farm. But, it's getting the paperwork, getting the tags. We have to ear tag them, tattoo them, check tattoos, pull hair. All of that then gets sent, all the paperwork. The validation process too, the county should requires the animals to be state validated, but then also any major show that they go to, the animals also must be state validated. And that just ensures a sense of, efficacy among the kids. They're signing ethics forms saying that they're doing this project properly, so that we all have records and know who's doing what of what. So it's definitely an office project when we say we're doing these animals, because every animal has its own hair card, its own signature line. So it's a lot that happens in that process. So, you can skip now. Okay, so on the A&R side, I spent a lot of time because those validations that we talked about were October, November. The breeding heifers were also in October, and then we did commercial heifers in September. So then as far as adult programming, I just finished up our annual crop increment report for Wilson County, which is a report we do every year. I get the acres reported to the FSA office. We've had projected for 2025, we're at $131 million ag industry, how would you say that, Michael? Ag industry.
Economic output.
That's what it is,
Output.
yes. And yes, so anyways, but I take that from the crops, the livestock, any other, that's like there's a pecan section, so whatever is reported to the FSA office is what I can run reports on. And so that's what I just finished up and submitted, and they use that for all kinds of fun things. But for the programs that we did have, over 95% of the participants anticipated an economic benefit totaling over $380,000 for past programs. So, after I have a program, we do the survey and we ask, did any of the information you learned through this program, do you foresee an economic benefit? And that was the results we got. Some of the acres that were reported were over 50,000 acres, over 1,500 head of cattle. And then we also, over the last few months, did our fall forage and soil testing campaign, which we do that with Farm Bureau and Soil and Water. And so individuals bring in their soil samples, they bring in their forage samples, we send them off to A&M, they run the reports, and then we send that back to them, and then I offer any kind of assistance in reading that or what those mean. So we collected 61 soil samples and then 23 forage samples. And that's one of those that ebbs and flows. We're in the middle of a drastic drought, and so it's hard to get soil out of the ground. It's harder to get hay. So those numbers, we'll see what they do. And then you can see we have those programs at the bottom that happened over the last few months as well. The other super fun thing is our master gardeners have really taken off. We started last year, so our second certification class just ended. So we're at 22 certified master gardeners, which means that they've completed all their classwork and their volunteer hours. And they're still volunteering now, but they are certified, they're trained, they're officially Wilson County master gardeners. We have 10 interns, which means they're lacking in most likely volunteer hours, but they're working hard. So current and ongoing projects is they're currently taking care of the library gardens and the raised beds, and they're doing really fun things over there. They've had a few plant swaps, which I hear people just talking random, at the store and whatnot about the different ones. So they've had them in Livernia, Stockdale, and Forestville. They've gone to the Goober games, and they help the kids plant a little peanut, because, why not plant a peanut at the Goober games? They're currently working on a seed library, and then community-wide, they're also working with the Lodi Community Garden, which we did with Nicole, and then Nicole also had a request from Conviva for them to do some different projects there. So they're doing that, and then they've also helped us at the schools. So they'll go in and do some gardening presentations at the local schools as well. Other things that they've done, like I said, they'll go to the schools, they've helped us at Red Barn Days, they'll come out there and also do some volunteering there. And then they've also helped us with the youth water fairs. So it's really exciting because, counties like their Guadalupe, Travis, they have booming master gardeners, and it's amazing what those volunteers can do. So I'm really excited to see this group really take off. And so our third certification class is set to begin in August. So if you see anything, share with anybody who might be interested. Okay, next one. Oh, okay. So, am I doing this one? Sure. Yeah, okay. So as we've alluded, the Wilson County Junior Livestock Show is coming up. So we just wanted to remind you all that the dates are the 16th through the 25th. So baked food funsies is all January 17th. You can start at 4 to purchase the goodies, and I would recommend getting there like at 3:30, because if you get there at 4, there will be nothing left. And it's cash or check? Cash or check, yes. And then the commercial heifer sale, so those kiddos dropped off their record books last week. We delivered them to the judges. They'll do their show and interviews and whatnot on this Saturday, but then they will sell at Nixon on January 19th. And then all of next week, the kiddos will show their different projects, and then that sale will be the following weekend, January 24th. So, super exciting. Do y'all have any questions for all of that? That was a lot. That was a lot in 6 months.
I don't have a question, but I'd like to make a comment about the stock show.
Okay,
So, we will have water and sewer in the back. Right, Judge?
Right.
Okay, let's get that done.
okay,
We have construction going on out there,
correct,
right? So with that construction, nobody can go outside that west side of that barn.
correct.
Will be closed off. We have talked to the committee. They already know that they will have the door somewhat open, but we cannot have anybody cross over that fence or get into that construction area. A lot of safety stuff going on with that, right? So that's a big thing. Parking is gonna be somewhat of a problem, so where that oak tree is up front, we can park there. We just gotta make sure we leave that lane open so that construction crew can continue working throughout the week, okay? So these are very important things that we need to do, so we baked goods,
Yeah, we
stuff
can
like
reiterate
that, the art
so-
guys, they need to make sure that lane is open on that west entrance the whole time.
Yeah, we can make sure we reiterate that to everyone and go from there too.
So these are, I don't know if you got anything to add.
Yeah, so there was a lot of planning done for this, so it didn't interrupt y'all's stock show, with the contractors, and they're gonna be pouring cement from 2 to 5 in the morning. And so the trucks won't be coming through there, and we're concerned about hitting a child or something. They are, and we are too. We're gonna allow a couple of those doors to open on that side where the construction, but they're gonna put hog panels that's very well secured, that nobody can't pull it down for ventilation, because it'll get stagnant in there if we don't have 1 or 2 of those doors open.
Right,
So
yeah,
there's
we
been
just,
a lot done by the contractors to try to make sure that your event goes well.
right, we just wanted to encourage everyone and remind everyone what was, going on, community involvement, so, but we'll make sure all safety is related and whatnot. But, yes, go ahead. Yes. So we also though have Dr. Michael Haynes and, Dr. White with us, and we're gonna turn it over to them real fast.
And ladies, thank you very much for a good presentation. Thank you. Congratulations on y'all's awards.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. And I would like to elaborate a little bit on the award that they've received. And so, the Rising Star Award is actually a state recognized award that she was highlighted for by the Director's Office as well. It was something where she was nominated by her peers across the district and then selected at the regional level by our leadership, and also for the Inspirational Award as a peer-to-peer that shows the impact that not only has she had in her county, but on her colleagues in developing them professionally as well. And so it's a recognition of her leadership in developing our agency moving forward, advancing. And so we appreciate the work that they do here in Wilson County. It really is something that when folks ask, what does Extension do? Because we cover everything from health and livestock and youth development. The reality is what we teach in one word is life. We teach how to produce, we teach how to consume, we teach how to bring up the next generation. That's what we do. So this morning I had the pleasure of being able to introduce something that's kind of new and exciting. Our sister university at Prairie View A&M, is expanding their cooperative extension program and has now included Wilson County. And Dr. White, who's part of leadership for Family Community Health at Prairie View, is with us this morning. She came in last night. We were talking about braving fog and living in Kerrville, Texas. I know that we had some stuff here recently where I'm having to learn now that we have some more moisture in the air that driving in fog isn't very fun. We were joking about that. But she's here with us this morning to introduce Dominique Gear, who will be representing Wilson County as County Extension Agent for Family Community Health with CEP County Extension Program. So, Dr. White.
Good morning. It is so lovely to be here. The Family and Community Health Unit at Prairie View A&M University, we've actually been the largest unit since I started at Prairie View almost 27 years ago. And so we've actually expanded to several counties thanks to all of the legislators who has expanded, and we've received our state match within the state of Texas. So Prairie View is expanding. Instead of being in over 50 counties, we're going to over 100 and some odd counties. And that's within Family and Community Health, 4-H and Youth Development, Ag and Natural Resources, and Community and Economic Development. And here, for Family and Community Health, we have Ms. Dominique Gear. Ms. Dominique Gear has a bachelor's and a master's in nutrition. She is not a native Texan, though. She actually comes from North Carolina. She came to Texas during the COVID era and was working on her master's. And of course, you know, COVID was different for everyone, so she went back to North Carolina, but she came back to Texas as quickly as she could. So she will be representing Wilson County here for the Cooperative Extension Program. We do education workshops in nutrition, parenting, money management, diabetes, all of the life skills areas. And we focus on groups of individuals that may be a little disadvantaged. She's also been doing work with one of the curriculums already called Eating Smart, Being Active, ESPA. And our workshops are a series of educational workshops. So we do a pre-test and a post-test because we want to see what the skills set has been learned. So I am excited for us to be here in Wilson County within FCH. We are now expanding to, I believe I was told, around 33 counties we're in now within just FCH throughout the state of Texas. So I am excited. We have over 50, about 50 staff members within FCH currently. And we actually came with some gifts for you guys, for the commissioners and judge. We always know that gifts are good in there, but we also have information in there to show what FCH did for the past couple of years. So there's a folder in here as well as a little token for you guys. Can we bring them to you?
Sure, come on.
Okay. I'll let Ms. here. Do you have any questions for us?
Where is she in office?
She is actually, because of the lack of office space, currently she is working remotely.
Okay.
So she comes into the county office here and will set up, but she has to work remotely currently. But if you have some space, we'll be glad to
Thank you, ma'am.
have her location.
We probably do somewhere, we just need to figure it out.
Figure it out? Yes, and that's the one thing about the Cooperative Extension Program. We come in, all of our services are free. So even the county is not paying a portion of her salary or anything. All of that comes from Prairie View Area University's National Institute of Food and Agriculture is where we get the funding, as well as the state of Texas. Any other questions?
No, great, wonderful to have you all here.
Thank you so kindly.
Okay, don't walk away, Michael. It's my turn. I do wanna, I mean, I know these ladies have done a wonderful job, and I just wanted to, somebody had to hire them, and that was, I know you were intimately involved in that. So, I wanna thank you for everything that you've done. I know that the programs and events that you guys sponsor for commissioners, members, are wonderful. And, these ladies always do a wonderful job here. If we need anything, they're always there and ready to help for us. So, thank you for what you do, and thank y'all for what y'all do, and welcome. And, we'll look forward to working with y'all too.
Commissioner, thank you for the partnership. Greatly appreciate you guys.
Agenda item number 7, we have City Stafford Emergency Manager. She's not here today, but I have Kenny here. Kenny, will come up, discuss, take action on a memorandum of understanding between the Institute for Homeland Security, Sam Houston State University, and
Good morning. Okay, so we have used Homeland Security, their training team. They've come down, we've done an exercise with them. They bring the sim table, they set up full-scale scenarios. There's no monetary value with this. We don't pay them, they don't pay us. Basically, they will help us with any trainings or exercises we want to do. And in the return, if they need us post the training, we just have to give them a place to do that. And that's basically the whole deal. Ms. Huron has already reviewed this, and basically, it's up to y'all.
Mr. Young, we good?
Yes, we have, it's a good training agreement with the university too, with Sam Houston.
We'll entertain a motion on agenda item number 7.
Motion that we accept the memorandum of understanding between the Institute for Homeland Security based out of Sam Houston State University with Wilson County. Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Aiken, second by Commissioner Curdola. We have any other discussion regarding agenda item number 7? Hear none, I'm going to call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Thank you, Kenny. item number 9, we move to Ray Avett, our Veterans Officer, discuss take action. Did we skip one? Another one, I'm sorry, I saw 2 Cindy's and I moved past that. Okay, Kenny, are you gonna come up and speak about this too?
Yes, sir.
All right, so with this discuss and take action on the EOC amended copy release, and my understanding now, we have gone down on the lease and the number of people that will be using this computer, and for the court to understand this, I did go back and do research, 2 judges back, and we have never had to bring this type of issue to the court. It was just approved by the judge because it was already built in your budget for those services. Just want to be a reminder on that.
Yes, sir, we did get the price down to, I believe, 194, and for that to be split between the fire marshal department and emergency management. We do have it budgeted in our budget to cover the whole cost, if we do not split it, but that is where we are at with it at this time. I don't know if you have any extra.
No, we did it, so they lowered it about $100, a little over $100. Mr. Owens already reviewed the document, and, depending on how you guys want to fund it, if you want emergency management to fund it in total, I can split it with them, it's just gonna be my department and emergency management using this copier.
Ms. Yurgon, have you already reviewed it?
Yes, I did. The addendum lowers the price of the lease agreement, and they did provide how that cost would be allocated. There aren't too many people using it, but if it comes down to full cost, there's enough in the budget for them to take, so.
Okay, I agree. All right, I'll entertain a motion on agenda item number 8.
I'll make a motion to deny approving the amended lease for the copier at the EOC.
Is there a second? All right, motion dies for lack of second. Is there a motion to approve agenda item number 8? Let me ask this. You gotta have a copier, correct?
It is the copier for the building.
Where are you gonna get your copies if we don't approve this lease?
We'll have to purchase desk copiers for all the offices, and we'll be responsible for our cover. With this current lease, it includes all of our copies, 1,500 copies, and then if we go over that amount, it's less than a penny per copy.
So having to do it that way is gonna cost more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will be purchasing printers for every office.
All right, Court, I'm gonna ask for a motion. Agenda item number 8, they need this equipment.
To be clear, we brought the price down to $194.40. You said 3,000, but actually it's 6,000 copies. It's 3,000 black and white, and it's 3,000 color.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I didn't specify. It's 3,000 copies in total. Yes.
And, I mean, I don't think that is out of line with what we have going on with other departments as far as putting you on the spot. You know how much y'all utilize 8 copies a month off of your professional machine.
This is utilized for, our county trainings. We're gonna have to print books and things like that when we do hold these tabletops. So it's not just for the offices, it's also for, our training side and any flyers we need to print, post, things like that.
And
The problem I had was that the auditor said that there was only around $150 a month budgeted, so you're still, even though you brought the price down, you're still out.
And that's where we came in with the cost sharing. I can pull it out of my budget. If I need to
Yeah, but
share
we were
the
told
cost.
there were gonna be 16 people using these copiers. Now I get an email that says there's only 2 people
So
using it.
that was the original, since it was denied because so many people were gonna be utilizing this copier.
This thing's completely changed from what it originally started out to be.
It has, we've pretty much, I don't wanna say we've dumped it down, but we brought it down to the least common denominator, just the 2 departments will be utilizing this.
It's still expensive, and there's only 2 people using it, and then the little note at the bottom that anybody else that goes in the EOC will have to provide their own copier. I'm not okay with all that.
Okay, so let me interject here for a minute. Ms. Huron. So they have to go and buy their own now computers, and it exceeds what we're gonna pay now. Does that make sense?
Well, nobody's given us that analysis.
It's just a matter of what the budget provides for this expense, not just this year, but over the terms of the lease term.
If it's budgeted in their account to go forward on that, why are we even having to vote on this when two judges back? I went back and checked the whole thing. They've always approved their leases on whoever had a copier. If it was in their budget.
I don't believe that's correct, Judge, because
I-
I can remember approving, I believe it was yours when you had to renew, I believe we approved Ms. Barnett's.
Prior to my
And then we
existence,
also approved
it
the
did
one
not
from
go
the
to
county
courts.
clerk.
I'm sorry?
Prior to my existence in office, it did not go to courts, and then when we came into office, we did take it to court, just to be covered.
I also, this is an addendum, I think that's on the agenda today, which means there's already an existing contract that has been approved. The copy I got has already been approved. So that,
Yes.
that already been approved and signed.
But wait, this is an addendum to what contract are we talking about?
It's not necessarily a contract, it's a lease.
It's a lease.
Okay, a lease,
So-
a lease contract was really basically the same thing.
The addendum lowers the price.
Well, so it's an addendum to the lease that they provided before, that they signed, that they should have signed. Is that what we're saying?
Well, the one I saw was signed by the judge.
Signed by me, yes.
And prior to that was signed by Cindy, so, I don't think anything changes here. I don't agree, because I asked two of our other offices what they do, and y'all are 1.5 times the highest use of any other office in the county. That just seems absurd to me. We've asked for information to demonstrate why you need so many copies, and why it's not more efficient to do this with just, local printers.
Are y'all making all the training books?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Sending training books?
Everything, yeah. I don't even have a printer right now, currently.
So, but so we got a training coming up on the 23rd, 24th, something like that. You are making all the books for whoever's gonna be there. And that's where this thing will pay off at that point. How often are we gonna be doing training is the next question, and I'm not asking for that answer right now. But
I can't
if
speak
we're
for
doing
Cindy
this
on that.
quarterly,
I am currently working on a training schedule, and it is quite a bit.
Yeah.
I will get that to you as quick as I can.
should have had one a couple years ago, but that's where this thing would actually be beneficial if you are making all the books where I don't have to bring something, or not just me, but anybody else coming from out of the county. So I can understand where this comes in.
Excuse me, but my understanding is that the contract for the lease has already been approved. The addendum is only to lower the monthly lease payment. So if the court decides not to vote for the addendum, then we're gonna be paying the higher amount. Is that right? Okay.
Well,
I just wanted to clear
So
up.
how does that work? I mean, I don't believe that they have the authority to sign those leases without court approval. That's my understanding. So we're going back and saying we're doing an addendum, it's okay to approve the addendum, but the original approval was not okay. That is my question.
Well, from what I recall, the last meeting, it was the actual contract for the original lease was not approved by the court.
That is correct.
Or Cindy had inadvertently signed it. But since then, I believe the judge signed it. I'm not sure, because that's all I've seen.
That's correct, I did. When it was brought to me, I assumed that we went and checked with the clerk's office and see how we did it in the past, and it was done that way. So there's no intent to do any defrauding on anybody. We needed to get these services going. It's in your budget.
Correct. And
I mean, if we're gonna get to that point, I mean, everything that you commissioners purchase from now on will be scrutinized,
It is,
Fine, it already is.
it already is.
sometimes. We had to deal with something here just a few meetings ago that was signed, and it should have been. There's no intent here to cause any harm to anybody. We're trying to get these services, and by the way, you were right. That facility is gonna house a lot of training, and a copy machine is gonna be needed. That's exactly what the Emergency Operations Center does. All right, I'm gonna entertain one more time. If it dies, it dies. Is there a motion to approve this lease on the addendum?
I'll make a motion to approve this lease for $194.40 per month due to the training schedule that's gonna be provided.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner King, seconded by Commissioner Aiken. Do we have any other discussion regarding agenda item number 8?
I do want to discuss it.
Go ahead.
So, you brought up a point about it being narrowed down from a bunch of people, which I think the bunch of people was anybody who was in their tertiary, like Constable Luke is gonna be in there, the sheriff's department is gonna have their dispatch in there. That was where the additional people came up. Now, because we talked in open court about, okay, how do we track who's using what? How do we take and split it up? Their offices have come together and said, okay, we can do this to where it's clear, and we're gonna have 2 offices use it. It's gonna be the fire marshal's office, and it's gonna be emergency management. So, they addressed that, and by addressing it, they dropped down the copy count on what they thought that the other individuals were gonna use. Without any basis whatsoever, it was the best guess, and gotten the monthly payment down to where it can be tolerated within their budget. We're not gonna have a civil war in the future between y'all's two going, hey, y'all used 60% and we want our other percentage back and all of that stuff. You're gonna conduct yourselves the way that you need to. I know another part of this problem is about, was it done correctly in the beginning? Okay. We've addressed that in court, in previous courts, about how we need to go forward with it. And so I believe this is a reasonable payment for the services that we're gonna receive. And y'all will be able to come back in a year and go, you know, we're under copy count, we're over copy count, and address, well, actually, probably at budget time would be appropriate. So we'll see what you do before we get to the next budget. That's why I'm supporting this. They, in the very least, they need to have this to provide the services to the county that they provide. Ma'am?
Is the split gonna be 50-50?
If the choice is, yeah, it's fine, I haven't.
I don't have a problem with that.
Whatever the auditor thinks, then we're good with whatever.
It can be, or we can pay for it directly out of emergency management budget, we have enough to cover it.
I would say if it's already in their budget, let them finish it, and then fire marshal can add it to his budget next year.
And with me, I think that's the best, because I think that your budget, technically, we knew when we were building the office that we were gonna have things that we were gonna find later on we needed to fund. What my druthers is that we do it all out of emergency management until we end this budget year. And then we do the 50-50 split going forward.
So initially, it's gonna come out of
Emergency
emergency
management.
management, and then next budget.
And we can even talk about, if y'all keep up with the copy counts, whether or not you need to do something to take and help out in the next budget year. Maybe a higher percentage.
Yeah, we can print reports.
We can do that in
We
the
can print reports on the usage of that.
Sure.
So, we can definitely keep track of that.
All right, any other discussion before I call for the vote?
How many copies have you already made?
I haven't used it all because it hasn't.
It's still in the box.
No, it's not, it's plugged in, turned on, and ready to go, it was last week.
Are they using it?
The only thing I know that Wendy's used it for is for scanning receipts and stuff that we've been getting for
Okay.
our fees, but I haven't personally printed it or related hooked up to my computer yet.
Kenny, you used it?
We haven't printed any books, we have turned it on, used it, trying to get it set up with network, but we haven't printed 1,000 copies out of it, nothing like that.
Any other discussion? All right, I'm gonna call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay.
Nay.
Ayes have it, motion passes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
clarify the motion? Or what the motion was to approve the lease and the addendum, or just the addendum?
You made the motion, I think
I'm not sure how.
19440.
Said to approve for the amount,
I agree for the amount of 194.40.
Yes.
Well, the original lease still has to be approved. But that's not on the agenda,
No.
just the addendum. So it's something that you're probably gonna have to address in the future. Because it's a 5-year lease, it's not a 1-year lease.
16 months.
Unless it's in the budget, you know, when the budget was, created, providing a lease for, and then the budget is approved by the court, then the judge can just sign it according to the budget. But the 5-year lease has to be approved by the court.
So you'll need to bring that back.
Bring back to the 5-year lease.
Yes, sir.
The addendum's already been approved, so, but, yeah. Call for what you hear.
Ray, how long is your presentation? Because we're very close to 10 o'clock cutoff.
3 minutes, 2 minutes. It's
Okay.
really just- Yeah, we're good at timing. I did it. Judge Commissioners,
Let me call it out for the
I want to go
record.
over and under on.
Agenda, item number 9, we have Ray Avetta, our Veterans Officer, discuss and take action on a memorandum of understanding establishes an agreement between the Wilson County Veteran Service Office and City of Livonia. This will include access to a designated facility for VSO to hold veterans consultation. This is a non-financial agreement. This MOU does not create any financial obligation between the parties. All right, very good.
Judge Commissioners, good morning. I've been in talks with the mayor and the chief of police in Livonia. It is my goal or my understanding that there is more of a veteran population in Livonia so precinct 3 larger than precinct 2. Currently, through my data that I've been showing you guys, they're like neck and neck on data. Now, in order to prove that, I want to be there, be more available in the Livonia area. This will offer me the opportunity to gather that data. I'm looking at starting off with once a week in Livonia, and then based off the need to increase that and see what that data shows. So I'm going to do this for at least a year. If you guys approve it, currently I'm waiting on it to be approved through the council as well. At the same time, so that way we can kind of get everything, all the signatures all together. I've already done a site visit, saw the office up in the front, so it's not in the back of the police department or anything, it's more on the front end of it. They have a secured office, and I think the biggest thing, when I talked to the attorney's office for the approval, who have already, gave us our blessings on that, is privacy. Make sure there's no monitoring during the consultations and the services that we provide, and there's privacy for the constituents that we provide services to. So we're here just to ask for that approval for that.
All right, Ms. Ron, you seen the,
Yes, I did. They are gonna provide space free of charge. There is a confidentiality that they took care of. And there's also, I was concerned about a termination of either party at one point wanted to move or terminate, and that's covered fine. They took care of that. So, I think it's a service that certainly is needed in Livonia, and the agreement seems to be acceptable.
I do want to highlight that if the council in Livonia, the city council, if there's an issue with anything, I'll bring it back to the court. If there's not any drastic changes or any requests in regards to privacy or anything like that.
all right, Commissioners, will entertain a motion to agenda item number 9.
I'll make a motion, to establish a memorandum of understanding, to establish an agreement between the Wilson County VSO and the city of Livonia for the VSO to hold veteran consultations.
Motion made by Commissioner Perdo, seconded by Commissioner King. Do you have any other discussion regarding agenda item number 9? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those against, nay. Ayes have it, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. Have a good week. You made it in 3 minutes.
I tried it.
Ms. Dorr, is your presentation more than 5 minutes? It's a signature.
No, it's about a lease, I'd
Yeah.
rather be put off till afterwards.
Yeah, that is, and it's been reviewed and there's been the corrections made, Ms. Huron. Okay, so let's recess from our general meeting right now at 9:51, and then we'll, at 10 o'clock, we'll go into our public hearing. All right. It is now 10 o'clock, and we will move back to agenda item number 5 from Ms. Lou Serrano for the 10 o'clock public hearing application for revised plat of Hubbard Ranch, Lot 100 and Lot 101 to Siesta Oaks. Do we have any public comments?
Yeah, why don't you introduce it, tell us, somebody's gotta tell us about,
Yeah. What do we got?
We have one copy of the plat.
You wanna look at it yet?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Good precinct is
It is. It's in three or four. It's three.
It's in, Commissioner Padola's precinct.
Let me move it down to them.
Yes, sir.
Would you state your name, sir?
My name is Martin Sanchez. I work with Intrepid Surveying and Engineering. We oversaw the replat of this property over in the Hubbard Ranch subdivision, and we have done all the drainage. We addressed a drainage concern that Commissioner King and Commissioner Sola arose last time about one of the detention ponds. We have increased the size of the culvert for the output of the detention ponds to make sure none of the sandy sediment would build up in the detention ponds, and the county's engineers have reviewed it and have approved them. We are turning 2 lots into 8 new lots of varying sizes. We have gotten approval for plans on a water storage tank for fire suppression that the fire marshal has reviewed and approved. We have submitted plans for said tank and have also provided a subdivision bond to make sure that these improvements are done within a timely manner and to the county's regulations.
This was approved by the Review and Development Board.
Yes, sir.
So they're taking that lot 100 and 200 and converting it into these 8, that's what they're doing?
It's 15 acres, and they're breaking it up into 8 parcels. One parcel is 5 acres, that one that's coming, I guess it's number 4.
It's 15 and 15, isn't it? 30 acres?
Yeah,
It's
it's
30.2 acres.
Yeah, 2 total, 2 total,
Yeah, those 2 lots are becoming 8 lots.
correct.
Correct.
And the way he said it was leading into the way that I'll say it. Always our concerns are whether or not there was anything that was ever done in the subdivision where it said the lots are gonna be this size and they're gonna be that way forever, versus, you know, the neighbors, whenever they plan on having 100 neighbors and now all of a sudden they're gonna have 500 neighbors, is that gonna be an issue? Is there anything that the original Hubbard's Ranch said that it wouldn't be allowed?
We did not come across anything in the current covenants and restrictions that would have prohibited such, so to our knowledge, no, sir.
The subdivision's from 1966, and there wasn't much on the plat that stated anything.
And each one of these 8 lots have to have their own water well, is that correct?
Correct, yes, sir.
Because there is no public water supply out there.
No, sir, each lot will have to have its own, individual water well servicing it. One lot will have 2 wells on it, because one well will be solely dedicated to the fire suppression tank. However, that, the entire well, as well as, the lines running into it will lie within a easement that is non-buildable, so that nothing can interfere with, the lines or the tank or the well.
Do you know which one of them is gonna be designated for that?
Yes, sir, on page 2 of the plat, it does indicate where the existing well is. I believe it is on lot 4. I could be mistaken.
Well, that would make sense, that's the largest lot. That one has 4 acres.
Yeah, I saw it on there a minute ago. See it yet?
Sure.
Yes, it is lot three. Yes, it is lot
That's where the existing well is.
Yes, sir. My mistake. It is lot three where that existing well lies.
And the existing well is going to be used to supply the fire suppression tank.
Yes, sir.
Is that well, do we know anything about it? Has it been tested? Is it?
It's been tested and it's a high capacity well. It's actually very, very large. Yes, sir. And so a new well will be installed for whatever home goes on it. That well will solely be dedicated to the suppression tank.
Have any other questions for the engineer? Ms. Walker?
Well, it doesn't look like there's anybody here, but I guess now's the appropriate time, I think, to call for public comment and realize that there's not anybody here unless you guys have anything to say. Everybody else gone.
Ms. Gibby?
I don't even know where Hubbard Ranch is.
Short Horn Road. Short Horn Road.
Oh, in your backyard. Gotcha.
Okay. All right, well, hearing none from public comments, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing at 10:06 a.m. and we're back into regular Commissioners Court session. Thank you all. And we'll be revisiting this here in a minute, okay? All right, agenda item number 10, we have Ms. Vicki Storer, librarian, discuss and take action on the Livonia Library lease with Texas Limited Liability Company, LLC. Ms. Storer?
He said we want to